the picture I seen, they look worn. Like they look like Zoe just took them off, and they just took a picture of them Jones.
It's not like, hey, before we ball them, just take them off, man. We gotta take a picture, Zoe.
Right. They was already hooping them Jones.
That nigga Lonzo look mad too, like taking the pictures, like.
Mad
as
shit.
Yeah,
he's mad. He put all his money into creating. He's like, this is it.
Like, this is it right here.
This is the
you see them Currys? This is better than Curry.
Future.
They buying them Currys up. They gonna buy these too.
I'm doing this for you.
Right.
Doing this for us, son.
So do y'all think Lonzo Ball and Jello Ball and Melo Ball be like, yo, like on a low, they like, yo, you drawing, dog? You think they be thinking that like, yo, you drawing?
You know why?
Because they dad got him this far.
Giving them clout.
Because out Cali, they got leagues. Where they like ball like professionally in Cali.
Yeah.
So people wear sneaks just to ball. They don't care what they look like. You feel me? Yeah. So for that type of market, it don't really matter as long as the right person is wearing them. Right. And they're not like I've seen uglier sneakers like when CP3s first came out and
they was ugly.
They
was Wades.
Yeah, Dwayne Wades. That's what I was thinking about. Ooh, ew.
Ugly.
The first Kobe's the ugliest sneaker ever made ever.
Yeah, they look like they was spaceships. Yeah.
Ugliest sneaker ever to be made.
But I'm gonna tell you why it's just crazy though. I feel like it's just crazy only because the fact that we never seen a college kid that's trying to get drafted to NBA come out with a sneaker.
Right.
Like that's unheard of. So we laughing at it. Right. But if he went to the league, let's say he was already in the league for like this year or 2 years and he brought a sneaker out, he's just gonna buy that shit. Just like they buying it now.
Just like they buying it now.
So yeah, and that's true because you touched on that, which makes sense. When we was talking earlier on the Facebook Live, what we were saying is that Lonzo Ball is the first famous Instagram or social media athlete. So he's got to do things different. He can't do things because I guess to be fair, LeBron did have sneakers fresh out of high school. He had those first LeBrons. It was kind of tough.
Right.
But I think they didn't drop until he actually played his first game in the league. I don't know. I think they may have dropped before.
And it was through Nike.
It was through Nike. Right. So, but LeBron was famous.
Right.
He was famous for basketball.
Right.
Lonzo, Jello, and Melo, and Lavar are all famous just people.
Right.
That also play basketball.
Right.
Like, I think the ball brand is bigger than sports.
Right. It is.
People
it's
who
not
don't
just basketball.
Even watch or know who the fuck Lonzo Ball is, heard of Lonzo Ball.
Right.
Therefore, he's not just bringing basketball fans to the market. He's bringing just random people to the market.
Right.
True.
Therefore, you can't give them the same deal that you give what's my man, the dude that played for Washington? I don't know his name.
Yeah.
But the point is, that's the thing. I don't know his name.
Don't know.
But he's good at basketball, and I forget his name. I don't watch too much college basketball just because you see a lot of people who fold once they get to the league. Whatever. Prove yourself when you get to the league. Fold and prove yourself when you get to the league. I'm not even going to say your name, dude from Washington State.
Right.
Prove yourself when you get to the league. So, Lonzo Ball, his dad helped him build a brand, which means you can't just sign me to a regular. Let's put it in music terms. You can't just sign me to a record deal. Nah, I don't want a record deal. I want a label deal.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm already bringing fans
to Nike.
To Nike.
Yeah.
I'm bringing a brand to Nike.
Right.
I don't want to be the Nike Lonzo Balls. I want it to be the big baller brand Lonzo Balls. But it's just under Nike.
Right.
So to your point, I don't know much about it. I mean, it just recently started going on Instagram. Who is like? Where are these sneakers under? Is it Ball brand itself, or is he under Nike or Adidas?
It's just Ball brand.
Ball brand.
See, that's
independent.
That's the crazy part. Like nobody does that.
Because he brought it to Nike and said, "Yo," because there was a headline that said because of LeVar Ball's antics, Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour wouldn't sign Lonzo Ball. But that was false. People were just reading the wrong headlines. They did want to sign Lonzo Ball, but they wanted to sign him the same way they signed everybody else. Like, hey, you have a deal. You signed under us. But LeVar said, no, I've already got a brand. Why don't you sign our brand and we'll have a partnership the way you got
Jordan,
Cash Money, and then Young Money.
Like Jordan.
Nike and then Jordan.
Right.
Like Nike makes Jordans, but Jordan has its own brand.
Right.
So that's kind of...
I get what you're saying, like a partnership instead of saying like you're under my record label. That's what Nike's trying to say, like you're under me, and we run all the stuff, but you get a portion of.
We're gonna give you some money up front. We're gonna give you $100 million up front.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you. LeBron get $5. The numbers aren't always. I'm not 100% of the numbers, but LeBron gets like 5% royalties. I heard so. Lonzo Ball, they probably was not even gonna give him 5. They might have given him 3, 2.
Yeah.
So you making billions and billions of dollars. You gonna maybe give me 100 up front, but because I already came with this brand, you gonna make a Billy before I even play my first basketball game.
Right.
Just because I'm already Lonzo Ball. I'm already Ball. Like the Ball name.
And at the end of the day, it's a brand. Like
It's a brand.
his pop is boasting it up because it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? If he think his son is the best, why would he just not say it?
Yo, they the Kardashians of sports.
They are.
If you think about it. Whether you like Kim or not, if Kim drops some shit, you might like Kylie or Kendall, whatever. Kylie or Kendall. Yeah. And you might be like, just Chloe, because that's her sister, we gonna
it's
fuck
a
with
business.
That.
If you sign Lonzo, you sign Lavar too.
Lavar, Jello, and Melo.
But so far, his moves, even though if you don't like it, it's kind of like wrestling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you like wrestlers for talking shit and bashing niggas over the head and fake slamming niggas, but you don't like the way he's talking trash about his sons who's about to go into, you know, to a entertainment business.
But it's smart though, man.
It's very
smart.
Smart.
He's a brand. And a lot of people are like, oh, he just being extra as a dad. No, he's not. He like, you know what? I feel like my sons are really the best. And if that's his belief, that's fine.
They showed it.
But they did show it. And also what it's doing is just creating like the crazy, it's like it builds up. Like 50 Cent was hot when he came out because 50 Cent used to go on everybody. He didn't care who it was. It was like me against the world, and that's what they're doing.
Like if that one dude, that big husky 16-year-old Zion, if he had a brand behind him, we would be eating it. But he just don't have the
He's just
support.
good at basketball.
Right.
Yep.
He don't have the support that Lonzo got. Lonzo got somebody thinking for Lonzo, you feel me? Which is cool because he's 19 years old?
Yeah.
Like, how is he supposed to make the decisions by himself? Like, no.
And his dad supporting him. He's like, you know what? As a family, we're going to build this brand.
And we're
going to build his legacy.
And it's sad that our society is looking at that like his dad is running his life. But at the end of the day, that's what a dad is supposed to do.
Yo, his dad is creating so many opportunities, not for just the Ball brothers, but for all the kids coming after them.
Right.
If anything, us as African Americans should look at that and say, yo, he's breaking down barriers.
Right.
He's breaking down barriers so you can not only just be a collegiate athlete or a high school athlete, you're already a superstar. Like LeBron didn't really become a superstar until he already was in the league.
Right.
Like we knew LeBron, he was on Slam, and granted, now if Instagram was popping, maybe he would have been. I don't know.
Right.
But
LaMelo, the young one, he's a superstar.
He's gonna be he's already a superstar. So imagine he's at 10th grade, he's about to be in 11th grade.
Yeah, he's about to be 11. He was like 16.
Which one is this? The young one?
The young one.
The one that's really
the youngest one.
Oh, the one who dropped 92.
The one that's like Oh yeah, 92. Yeah.
In the high school game.
Yeah. And it's crazy. His other brother dropped 71. So it's like.
And the thing is, everybody's think they banking on Lonzo. They banking on all three of them.
The
Any
family.
one of them can become a superstar. All three of them can become superstars.
But you think they all gonna be in the NBA together?
Which is why they can justify selling them since 500 because these aren't just the Lonzo balls. These are basically the ball sneakers.
The brand.
The balls.
You got to be able to ball to get them.
These are the balls.
If you ball. Yo, it all ties in.
And what does it stand for,
yo? Ball, basketball. I mean
that's their last name.
Big Baller Brand.
Big Baller Brand.
Yeah. Right.
3 B's.
And it all makes sense how they tie it in. You got to be able to ball to get them. You got to be able to spend that bread. Right. What do we say is balling? Spending money on random shit.
And
that's balling.
And they going with their own thing. Like,
and then if you hoop, you play basketball, football, you ball. You play ball.
Like a lot of people talk
you
about
want to be big.
Yeah,
you feel me?
like
you want to be the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
To be the best, it costs more. Yo, it all makes sense, dog. Like it's so genius that we can't even wrap our head around what's about to happen with that shit.
And guess what? It's like fucking what the fuck I was about to say? I don't know.
Go ahead, think about it.
Yeah.
But it's like we looking at it now. But think about it when when Drake first came out, everybody liked him. But now look how big he is.
Yeah.
But he didn't really try to stay in hip hop.
Yeah.
He branded himself outside of it, just music.
It's called a movement.
So that's how you know it can be bigger than
the
just basketball because they're not just trying to brand it basketball. They're trying to they're branded as people who just wear sweatpants and track jackets.
Right.
But you might have the Big Baller Brand track jacket, you feel me? And the Big Baller Brand sweats. Like it's not, you don't have to be really fashionable, but you're gonna pay this money for
and
it.
Guess
too.
what? This can be the first sports sneak that kind of defies class. So I say that, for example, You see somebody with Gucci's on, you like, okay, you got a little bit of bread.
Right.
Even if you don't like what the Gucci's look like. Because them
Right.
shit, to me, all them Gucci Prada sneakers, them shits can't be ugly.
Yeah.
But people wear them because they Gucci's.
Right. That's
Right?
it.
So the Ball brand,
Right.
like I said, they're the first social media superstar athletes. So Lavar's probably like, well, why don't I just signify or correlate Ball brand with elite? So now, this is the first sportswear where you can wear sweats and a ball and sneak, and niggas be like, oh, he got money.
money.
Because even if you look and see somebody with Yeezys, you be like,